Hello, my name is Renee Newton, and I am a commissioner for the African Americans for the Ethnic Enrichment Commission, uh, and I'm also a chairperson of the African American Culture Club. My brother is here.
Hello, I'm Craig.
We're here today to talk about Leonard Pryor, who's our dad. That's why we're here. And our dad was a pioneer and educator, a mentor, and a trailblazer. Uh, One of the most important things that we wanted you to know is the reason why we're talking about him is because he was one of the 6 founding members of the Ethnic Enrichment Commission. So in 1980, Mayor Berkeley and City Councilman Swiden established the Ethnic Enrichment Commission. And so over the years, Leonard has been extremely involved in the commission. Our dad was passionate about the organization, and he was actually served as the chairperson of the board between 1986 and 1987, uh, and was actively involved over the years in every part of it until he passed away at the age of 91 years old. So now we're going to just talk to you briefly about the young Leonard Pryor and how he came to be and some of the pioneer and trailblazing that he's done. The first thing is that he graduated from Topeka High School and went on to Washburn University and was interrupted. His education was interrupted because he was drafted in World War II. And when he came back home, he married the love of his life, our mom, Maxine, and he continued his education at Washburn. And he had this dream of becoming an artist. And so he decided to pursue his dream and go ahead and apply to the Kansas City Art Institute. So in the fall of 1947, he was admitted to the Kansas City Art Institute and actually was the first African American to attend and graduate from the Kansas City Art Institute, and he graduated in 1951 with a degree, a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. And so that was an outstanding achievement. From there, after he graduated from the Kansas City Art Institute, Leonard pursued his career, and he was hired by the Kansas City, Missouri School District and became an art teacher at Lincoln High School. And it's there where he really developed a passion for young people and just encouraging and mentoring young aspiring artists. And he often spoke about his students to us over the years and had long-term relationships with his students. Some of them, even at his age of 80 and 90 years old, have kept up with him over the years. And so, because of his passion and everything for mentoring, he went on and continued his education and achieved a Master of Fine Arts degree from the Kansas City Art Institute in 1958.
So, as Renee mentioned, Dad was the first African American student to attend the Kansas City Art Institute, but later he became the first academic dean of the Kansas City Art Institute. Once again, breaking ground. Dad was a character person. He was a faithful man. He was faithful to me and to my sister and to my mother, our family. He was faithful to God, most importantly. And he guided us through a life loving the Lord and living by example and showing unconditional love towards us. I truly believe that he was that example that God gave me for someone who loves unconditionally. And I'll never forget that about him. He was married to my mother for 64 and a half years, and he was always there. He was always there for us for what we were doing, involved in what we were doing. And he was that way, not just with us, but he was that way for so many of even his students that he supported. Very much a mentor, very much involved and passionate about the lives of the people that he taught. And his passion for people and for teaching students and focusing on the positives of people's work really made him a mentor in the lives of people. So that is something that made it a natural transition for Andrea Kahn, who was the leader in setting up a scholarship fund in Dad's name, the Leonard Pryor Scholarship Fund with the Kansas City Art Institute. And that fund is something that has grown now through the years, and it's set up to financially assist African American students to move into the same field that my dad did.
Through this scholarship, lots of young people are going to be able to fulfill their dreams to be artists. And that's a career that was near and dear to his heart. And just that mentoring and encouraging young aspiring artists, it will show it's a legacy for years to come. Also, we'd like to talk about our first African American art exhibit and sale that we had at our 40th annual Ethnic Enrichment Festival last year. And so we were real excited because it was a way to encourage the young local artists in the city. We reached out to school districts in the metropolitan area, and we were trying to encourage art teachers to get their students involved and submit artwork. And so we were looking at as many as possible to encourage them to share their talents with the community. And as a result, we ended up with 9 artists, and we had a wide cross-section of ages. So it was a multi-generational group of artists. We had from a 14-year-old all the way up to 60 plus years old, some retirees. And the sale went well, and the proceeds from that art exhibit actually did go to the Leonard Pryor Scholarship Fund. And it was a fun event. It was our first annual African American art exhibit and sale. And we're hoping to have more in the future. So we're excited about it being given out this year, the 2021 year, so that a young African American student will be able to benefit, have access to some financial assistance. So if you are interested in being a part of the African American Culture Club, or if you're interested in being a donor, we would love for you to donate to the Leonard Pryor Scholarship Fund. Feel free to contact me, Renee Newton, and my email is renee.newton, Newton, 29 @gmail.com. Thanks so much.